Hello guys, this is Core Impulse from OurPCGamingCommunity, and today I have a Java programming tutorial and I will teach you the basics. This is lesson number 1. First step would be to download an IDE. An IDE is an integrated development environment which is used to translate code that humans can understand and code that computers can understand, which would be binary, which is zeros and ones. I recommend that you use Eclipse, which can be found at www.eclipse.org, which can be found in the description. A little bit that you should know about Java. Java is an object-oriented language, which is defined as a programming paradigm that uses objects, data structures consisting of data fields and methods together with their interactions to design applications and computer programs. What this means to you is that it uses functions and variables to construct programs. Java uses classes. You can use multiple classes to house various functions. You could use this to have a class which stores booleans, which is like true or false, and many integers, and functions that say where the player currently is, and if the player moves, it will add values to X, Y, and Z positions. Public class name will be at the top of your Java file when you create a new class in Eclipse. Functions are used to carry out specific tasks when they are called upon by other classes or even by other functions. So you could use this to have a function that updates your window X times per second, which is where you get frames per second, and it'd be like public void function name parentheses and then whatever you want to do. Identifiers are simply whatever you call something. So public void function name is a function and its identifier is function name. And then inside of that function you are declaring an integer called integer identifier and setting it equal to 1. Integer identifier is the identifier of this integer. Parameters are used to run a function under certain conditions. So if I was programming and I typed in function 20, this right here is the parameter and it runs the function at the value of 20. So if my function was public void function int I, and int I is the parameter that it takes, and then I took I and added 1 to it, which is what plus plus does. If I were to, after this, see what the value of I equals, in this case it would be 21 because I set the function to run I at 20. But if I ran the function at 100, it would be 101 because I would equal 100. Modifiers are used to tell the compiler, which in this case Eclipse, whether functions return values and whether they're public, can be used by other classes, and also whether variables can be used by other classes. So public, void, new, private, static, there are many others. Sorry if I seem rushed, but I am running out of time. Comments are not read by the compiler and they are used for programmers that can take notes while they're coding. So if I was just wanted to do a single line of code, I would do 2 slashes and then this would be a single line comment. So if we went on to the next line, it would not be a comment and the compiler would read it as code. To do multiple line comments, you would do a slash and then 2 stars and then another slash and then click in between and press return, and Eclipse will automatically make these little stars again and again, and all these will be green and the compiler will not read them. Now I'm going to exit out of this presentation. A link to it will be in the description, and I'm going to show you. This is the Eclipse website, and you will start here and you will click on downloads, and you will want to go to Eclipse Classic 3.7.2 and download 32 or 64-bit. If you don't know which one to download, go to your start menu and then go to computer, right click on computer, go to properties, and it will tell you whether it's Windows 32-bit or Windows 64-bit. Moving on, I'm going to move into Eclipse. It will ask you where you want to select your workspace. Your workspace is where Eclipse is going to store all your files. I already made mine, so I'm just going to continue. Okay, so you will want to right click and make a new project. I named mine Java Tutorials. Then you will want to right click on source and make a new package. Your package can be like dev if you were a single person, or if you had a website you wanted to do like org.lwggl would be like, that's what Lightweight Java Game Library does, or those of you know Minecraft, that's what Minecraft is. So for now I'm just going to do, and then here's what you want to do. So if you had like a complex sound engine, you could have a sound and a rendering area, but I'm just going to do source because for now all of my code is going to be in here. Going to want to right click on that and go to new class. So I'm going to make a main class. It doesn't have to be called main. You just want to right click or click right there and then click finish. You'd be left clicking, and Eclipse will auto generate these, which you don't really care about. Okay, so this is a function. It is the main function, so it's the first thing that Java will run, and it is inside the class main. And each of these are called. Sorry, I'm getting lost. Okay. Anyways. So you will want to make an integer of integer 1. And you can return there and later go integer 1 equals 3. And this is initializing integer 1. You could also initialize integer 1 earlier by going equals 3. So I'm going to make a quick example. If I were to make another integer, set it equal to 6, and then go so what this says is it sets integer 1 equal to the value of whatever integer 1 equals plus the value of integer 2. So this will be 3 plus 6, so I will do and I will run this. Okay, and you can see the console runs 9. That will conclude my lesson for today. Any links to that you will need